In a world where health advice seems to change with every new headline, and where confusion about what truly leads to well-being runs rampant, Dr. Casey Means cuts through the noise with her groundbreaking book, Good Energy: The Surprising Connection Between Metabolism and Limitless Health. Drawing from her medical expertise and a deep passion for root-cause medicine, Dr. Means offers a refreshing perspective that places metabolism, the fundamental process by which our bodies produce and utilize energy, at the very center of human health. This book is not just another diet guide or wellness trend. It is a thoughtful and expansive journey that challenges readers to look beyond quick fixes and explore the intricate web connecting our food, cells, environment, and lives. The central thesis of Good Energy is both profound and elegantly simple. When our metabolism, the series of chemical reactions that convert food into usable energy, is functioning optimally, we unlock a cascade of good health that permeates every aspect of our lives. Conversely, when our metabolism falters, a spectrum of chronic illnesses, fatigue, and mental struggles can take hold. Dr. Means draws a clear line from metabolic dysfunction to many of the ailments plaguing modern society, making a compelling case for why improving our energy at the cellular level should be a top priority for anyone seeking health, longevity, and vitality. At the outset of the book, Dr. Means explains what metabolism truly is, debunking common myths. Many people imagine metabolism solely as their calorie burning rate, or something genetic that's unchangeable. But in reality, metabolism is the sum total of how every cell in the body converts fuel, mostly glucose and fat, into a usable energy currency known as ATP. Every function, from thinking and moving to cell repair and hormone production, depends on this energy. If cells aren't efficiently converting fuel to energy, the consequences ripple outward, impacting everything from mood and focus to immunity and aging. Dr. Means paints a compelling picture of the human body as an ecosystem whose health depends on harmony between its trillions of cells. Just as an orchestra can only create beautiful music when every musician is in sync, human health emerges when metabolic processes are working in concert. She describes how metabolic health is not just one aspect of wellness, but the foundation upon which all others rest. When the system falters, due to chronic overeating, processed foods, sedentary living, and chronic stress, the body's energy production sputters. This not only leads to fatigue and weight gain, but sets the stage for diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, depression, Alzheimer's, and even certain cancers. One of the book's most powerful messages is that metabolic dysfunction is not a matter of bad luck or genetic destiny. Dr. Means insists that, contrary to what many may have been led to believe, each person has significant power to reshape the health of their own cellular engines. Rather than blaming individuals, though, she compassionately points out how the modern environment, saturated with sugar, processed grains, artificial chemicals, chronic stress, and too little sleep, creates conditions ripe for metabolic breakdown. The choices facing most people are often rigged by food marketing, societal pressures, and ingrained habits. In this light, Good Energy is a rallying call to take back agency over our own well-being. A unique strength of Good Energy lies in how it bridges the gap between rigorously explained science and actionable real-life strategies. Dr. Means explains the molecular biology of mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, with a clarity that makes even complex biochemistry accessible. She describes how mitochondria take the glucose and fat from our diets and, through a marvelously orchestrated sequence of steps, turn them into energy that fuels every heartbeat and thought. This microscopic symphony, when it falters, leads to a kind of cellular sluggishness that eventually manifests as disease or persistent low energy. But understanding is only the first step. Dr. Means guides readers through practical, evidence-backed tools to restore metabolic health. Among these are nutritional strategies, such as emphasizing whole foods, minimizing ultra-processed snacks, and balancing fat and carbohydrate intake to avoid chronic high insulin levels. She covers the benefits of intermittent fasting, not as a restrictive diet, but as a powerful lever for giving our cells a rest from constant glucose exposure, which often leads to cellular damage and insulin resistance. Movement is another pillar. Dr. Means details how both formal exercise and simply breaking up sedentary time can reignite metabolic engines. She delves into the science of muscle and its profound role in regulating blood sugar and insulin. Small, repeated movements throughout the day, like short walks or gentle stretches, can have an outsized benefit, especially when combined with strength training that preserves or builds muscle mass. Sleep, too, emerges as a critical theme. The book makes clear that no amount of exercise or kale will compensate for chronically disrupted sleep. Dr. Means discusses the evidence linking poor sleep to insulin resistance, increased appetite, systemic inflammation, and more, offering readers approachable steps to improve both the duration and quality of their rest. Perhaps most refreshingly, good energy isn't about perfection or rigid dogma. Dr. Means acknowledges the realities of modern life, encouraging a spirit of experimentation, compassion, and curiosity. She illustrates how tracking personalized data, such as blood glucose with a continuous glucose monitor, can illuminate hidden patterns and empower people to make small tweaks that yield large rewards. This personalized approach steers readers away from one-size-fits-all solutions and toward listening to their own bodies. A crucial section of the book explores the insidious effects of chronic stress, loneliness, and digital overload on the metabolic landscape. Dr. Means makes a compelling argument that social connection, nature, and mindfulness aren't luxuries but necessities for metabolic and thus overall health. In the modern world, incessant notifications, relentless work culture, and diminishing in-person bonds create high and constant levels of cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that disrupt metabolic processes and harm energy delivery to cells. The antidote, she suggests, lies in re-establishing ancient connections to our bodies, to other people, to the rhythms of light and dark, and to the foods and environments that swaddled our ancestors. Each chapter of Good Energy is punctuated by stories of both patients and herself. Dr. Means shares her personal evolution from a conventional surgical doctor frustrated by the limitations of pill-based medicine to a pioneer of lifestyle medicine committed to helping people heal at their metabolic roots. Her empathy radiates from every page, and she invites readers to approach their own health journeys with the same grace and resilience she encourages in her practice. In its final chapters, Good Energy looks beyond the individual to society as a whole. Dr. Means shines a critical light on the systems, economic, agricultural, medical, and technological, that have fostered a metabolic health crisis. She calls for greater accountability from food corporations, for policy shifts that incentivize healthy options, for technology to empower rather than undermine our body's ancient wisdom, and for a culture of healthcare that rewards deep, preventative care over quick, myopic fixes. Yet, Dr. Means infuses this critique with hope rather than despair. She highlights communities around the world and in the U.S. that have orchestrated remarkable turnarounds using food, movement, sleep, social connection, and environmental stewardship. The future, she insists, is not written, but will be shaped by the choices we make as individuals, families, and societies. Taking a step back, the big takeaways from Good Energy, the surprising connection between metabolism and limitless health, are these. 1. Metabolism is the foundation of all health. When it functions well, so do we, physically, mentally, and emotionally. When it malfunctions, the ripple effects are vast and damaging. 2. Poor metabolic health underpins a shocking range of modern illnesses, from diabetes and obesity to heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, and mood disorders. 3. Most metabolic dysfunction is preventable and reversible, not through fads or pharmaceuticals, but through simple, sustainable changes in how we eat, move, sleep, manage stress, and connect with others. 4. Practical levers for improved metabolism include eating more whole, unprocessed food, moving regularly, prioritizing sleep, deliberately managing stress, fostering social bonds and aligning with natural rhythms of light and dark. 5. Each person can harness technology and self-tracking as tools for greater awareness, but must listen ultimately to the feedback of their own bodies. 6. True health requires personal action but also societal change, rethinking food systems, healthcare incentives, and the built environment. 7. Compassion, curiosity, and persistence, not guilt or rigidity, are the best guides to lasting transformation. What sets Good Energy apart from so many other health books is Dr. Mean's rare combination of deep scientific fluency, systems thinking, and heartfelt humanism. Readers are not left with abstract science or a laundry list of musts, but are instead invited into a philosophy where health is both a birthright and a dynamic pursuit, constantly evolving with one's life. In summary, Good Energy is a must-read for anyone frustrated by the false promises of quick-fix diets, overwhelmed by confusing headlines, or simply tired of feeling drained in both body and spirit. It is a manifesto for reclaiming power over your own health, informed by both cutting-edge science and the wisdom of human experience. If you want greater energy, not just to get through your day, but to truly flourish, follow Dr. Mean's advice. Start by tending the fires of your metabolism and watch as every area of your health begins to glow with new life. For those looking for a single book to reset their understanding of health, cut through the hype, and chart a sustainable course toward vitality, Good Energy, the surprising connection between metabolism and limitless health, delivers. Dr. Casey Means' synthesis of science, compassion, and practical insight provides not just information, but genuine inspiration, a blueprint for thriving in body, mind, and community. In closing, if you are searching for a holistic roadmap to reclaim your energy, reverse disease, and build a life of resilience and joy, this book offers the understanding and tools you need. It's a gentle but powerful revolution, one that begins in the mitochondria and radiates outward to touch every part of your existence. As Dr. Means so eloquently reminds us, good energy isn't just a buzzword. It's the natural state that emerges when we care for ourselves, each other, and the world around us at the very deepest level.